Vendetta are good at controlling their own tempo.
Welcome to the greatest night show of all
Alright.
time.
Is banning.
So after the quick little introduction on these two teams, let's see how they're gonna do the draft. So we talked about how they like to play. Now, how do they draft and pick?
Oh, we'll see exactly. I think these two teams are pretty straightforward. You know, I think things will be a little less chaotic than what we had to endure in the last series. It is just a best of 3 as well. Neither of these teams, Vendetta's gotten to go the distance. They did the distance against Alpha 7, which is, I'm a little confused. Didn't Vendetta face Alpha 7?
Yeah, they did. They lost.
Yeah, and now they're back to a BO3 match, which is a little interesting. It's a 2-1 BO3 match against Influence Rage. So they still have one more day to go after this one. This is not a decider. So it's kind of a big switch up. Band's definitely taking their time though.
Yeah, I think with the bands taking their time, we could see the VTA lineups got a little bit of a twist. Ashley is there
Good
in the wrong position along with
catch.
Akiro. I was waiting
Ooh.
for them to kind of show us the lineup as well, so, but I guess
No
we didn't have
Bam
much
Bros.
time. No Bam Bros, I know. So we got a single Bam. That's Churobami. But Ashley coming to the wrong position. We know Ashley is a part of the team that's going to be taking part of the MWI qualifiers. But is Ashley against, Ashley and Akiro coming in? Not just Ashley, right? Akiro in the place of Tarzan. Trex, that going to make a big difference?
I'm sorry, I'm just very confused as to
I swear to protect it till
if this
my
is a
last
best of
breath.
3 or not. Because this is a decider, right? Winner of this goes to...
Your team is
No. Yes, sort of.
Because it's 2-1.
I think if
Versus the
2-1 2-1 for
So-
Vendetta, but 1-2 for Influence Rage.
Oh.
Yeah.
So if Vendetta wins, Influence Rage is out? And then
If
if
Vendetta-
Levi... Yeah, I'm sorry,
Hold
this
on,
part... It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
I'll
We'll
figure
talk
that
about
out.
it later.
You talk about
I'll
it.
talk about the
I'll
draft.
talk
We get the
about it.
Uranus pick
Yes, sir.
from Influence Rage. Me and Layla got this. We're going to cover the draft because Layla's a pro. We've been teaching her so much. Uranus pick up front, a little interesting. With the Fredrin pick response, this does give the possibility for a Uranus flex in a jungle. We've only seen Vendetta pull that off, but it is still a possibility. On the other side, Vendetta, we got Fredrin. What's the other pick here?
Our cosmic blaze will never be
Your team
extinguished.
is picking.
It's Claude.
God, I think somebody's gonna get touched again. Maybe.
Ooh. Touched by Dexter and
Maybe.
Claude. Getting jumped into the backside. Delika, Eto, I will say this, played some amazing Uranus games. Maybe, never mind. I hold myself there. After that, so we get Uranus picked up. Matakucho, Nox. We get the Guinevere as a nice response to the Fredrin, something that we always get to see. Overall, I'm wondering if the Fredrin is a little too early, but still not a bad pick.
Sand rises when I give the
Your
word.
team is
Oh,
picking.
wow. And then we see 3 front line kind of situation with Influence Rage.
Overall, all great answers to the Fredrin. Like, all great answers to the Fredrin. The Khalid can get the stun, you have the knock-up possibilities from the Guinevere, and Uranus is just unaffected by all the taunts and aggression that Fredrin wants to bring. So right now, Akiro gonna be having some trouble in this Turtle Pit / Lord Pit. Kronos, give us the deets.
Yeah, I got the deets, folks. So if Vendetta win this, they will take seed number 3. All right, and then Stamina Esports get 4, and Influence Rage, Leviathan, Leon, so on and so forth. But if Vendetta lose this, then they end up being 2-2, and they will have to face Stamina Esports tomorrow, along with not exactly face Stamina Esports, but I think I don't know who they're with the looks of it.
So
They're
no,
gonna be facing
if
Stamina
Influence,
Esports.
yeah, if Influence Rage wins this, it goes to 4 teams being in the 2-2.
Yes, tomorrow.
If
Yep,
Vendetta wins this, there's only 2
get
teams
seeded.
in the 2-2, right?
exactly.
Essentially, because Influence Rage will get knocked out, and then the winner of the Leviathan Leon will go up against Stamina. So,
Sniper ready.
There you
got
go.
it.
Give me a
I get it
target.
now.
So,
I get it now.
so according to the game, according to this game, we're gonna find out if we're gonna have 3 series tomorrow or just 1.
So Vendetta kind of got the lucky draw here. Essentially, they got like the lucky draw of we could win, we could go to playoffs through a best of 3.
Or it could be, you know, not so lucky with the BO3 because
Maybe Influence
BO5
Rage
more
pulls
chances. I know.
Thoughts on the draft, Kronos?
It's looking good for Influence Rage just on first glance because I was really like looking the numbers and stuff. But Guinevere against the Fredrin, Guinevere is so much better. Grok against the Khalid, yes, Grok is good, but the Guinevere just that factor just changes everything. Although I do like the Claude, and I'm really iffy about this first pick Uranus. I mean, yes, Dalika has been playing really well on this Uranus, but still, like,
Your team
it's so off-brand. But hey, look who we get to
Ashley
see in the
picture.
draft. I know, right? The Ashley picture pops up, and now all of a sudden, I think if I was Ashley, oh wait, she's got the Grok because we know she likes to play this big fat set roams, right? Big setups, right? The Gato Kacha, the Groks, the Khalid.
Is she gonna be
likes
Rome?
these
Is
sets.
she gonna be Rome? She'll be Rome, right?
She has to be Rome,
Because
right?
Churro
There's no
is
way they
normally the
don't give her
mid.
Rome. Mid, yeah.
Hey man, Ashley used
I
to be a
think-
mid player. She used to be a
Used
mage
to.
player.
Used to. No
Now
more.
she's
now,
the,
my heaven's mandate.
not the
trying to
queen of the
claim the
tanks,
role
but
of-
the
Legacy shall
yeah.
endure.
queen of the tanks. She's not the mother of tanks yet. She's trying to claim that role.
yeah. Fair enough.
She's trying to claim that role. We'll find out though. That's a topic for another day. She needs to get there first, you know, to the MWI scene. But here for MCT AMER North, she's doing great. I like the Zetian pickup. It's a little bit of a front to back from VTA with the possibility of a dive from the Claude, along with the rest of the composition. Yes, the Zetian's good against the Guinevere to a certain extent. That Celestial Armament makes a big difference. For the spatial migration, if you're Influence Rage here, you want to pick up Harith maybe, because that's a solid option, even though they have a Fredrin on the other side. You want to be able to pull up against the Claude, or maybe the Eastern Shin here to go head-to-head, because there's no Leslie. Oh, wait, never mind.
Whoa.
Bruno is good against
Bruno?
from Influence Rage. We've seen a Bruno.
No, we have not seen a Bruno.
We haven't?
Not on North side, nope.
Before
First Bruno.
my ambitions.
And there goes a Vendetta.
Benny.
Benny, are you okay?
Are you okay? Are you okay,
I'm alright.
Benny?
You've been
I
hit
had to
by
finish that.
You've been
You've
hit
been
by
struck by.
a small criminal. Okay.
Ad-libs. Well,
All right, taking a look at the draft. Final thoughts.
Go.
What do we go from here? We have the Benedetta pick solidly in the end there. Melon, Ashley will be in Rome. Like we said before, I feel like Rage Origins just has so many decent counters to Akiro. If Akiro doesn't have a good game, like depending on how Vendetta play around these objectives, it could be very tough for them. They cannot be the initial engagers. They have to take their time with them.
soft counters.
Well, this game, I don't know. I feel like the last 2 picks for Influence Rage is definitely not what I was expecting. So it's gonna be really exciting to see how this first game turns out. I feel it's like a 50-50 right now.
Kronos?
I like Influence Rage Origins draft much better. A lot of soft counters. Vendetta is going to have a hard time, Trex. But they need to pull out these big turtle takes.
Yeah, we'll see exactly how it pops off as we jump into the land of Dawn for game number 1. This is Vendetta going up against Influence Rage. We've got new players on the field. We've got Ashley. We've got Akiro subbed in. Can they still pull it off? We'll see after this quick pause.
Yeah, it's a quick pause indeed, and we're going to find out who is going to be the aggressor. But already you can see a lot of damage done to Ashley. Might have to go back to the base. Will not be able to contest that Lethal Wanderer. Not just Ashley, but also on the other side, Nox getting taken out a little bit low from the range of Churobami. So maybe the idea is to bait out a couple of flickers just before the neutral objective. But Vendetta needs to contest these neutral objectives with the draft that they have going on. Especially Merciless needs to make his way into these fights a lot faster.
I feel like I'm really rooting for Ashley. We gotta
Girl's
see
girl.
her shine. A girl's girl, yes, exactly, yeah. I've seen last year's MWI. I was also restreaming that, and she really did stand out to me as not just her play, but the way she carries herself when she's being interviewed and things like that.
I want to say that Ashley's never actually won a NACT. I could be wrong on that, but like back in the old official community tournaments, Ashley's never been able to take home gold. She's done great in MWI, and she's been a staple in the scene for a very long time, but she's never been a part of a team that actually takes it all. Vendetta does look really strong this time, and even if she's not on the main roster or more of on the bench, it would still be a pretty big deal for her and her team to secure a good spot in the playoffs, have a big run, and maybe take it all.
What do you think?
I think yes, with what Trek said, I'll definitely add on to it. For them to have a big run in this entire MCT makes a big difference, and also kind of a little bit of a star, right, to Ashley herself. She played in the NACT. She's now in the MCT as well. I think the only female player to play in both these leagues at the moment, and not just NACT, but also the NASL, if I'm not wrong, back to the day tracks. Way back. So yeah. I think a lot from that being added on, showing that she's not just a player that is there for the MWI, the women's tournament that's there, and the women's qualifier that's going on in the North America side of things, but also that she is a mainstay name when it comes to talking about the top roamers in North America as a whole. So that shows there's competition within the region and a lot of versatility as well. And I think that's one of the scary factors when teams go against her during MWI as well. That's a mental game, so not a lot of players, not a lot of teams can keep up with. So I think able to play in a general tournament, but also in only the women's tournament, yeah, that's a definitely added bonus. But also, if you are a part of her team, she's definitely the one that's like hyping you up. And I bet the VC's like, hey Churro, what did you do? Like, come on, you can't be doing this. I've seen worse, and I know you're probably better. Or like, the international experience speaks for itself. No matter what you call it, it's definitely international experience. Being a runner-up in an S tier tournament like the MWI, the most prestigious women's tournament, speaks volumes, of course. So I think she's gonna be the mentality and the confidence of the team going in, and I think the opponents should definitely not take her lightly.
I definitely don't think. I mean, hopefully they don't.
Yeah,
hopefully they do not. Because when we talk about players like Ashley, when we talk about a lot of the girl players and the female players in NA and North America, players like Ashley, players like Nicolette, players like Panda, we don't say like, oh yeah, she's the second best roam in out of the women. Like, no, she's like top 3 out of the guys, like she's like top 3 out of everybody. Nicolette, I used to put her in my top 3 in the mid lane in general. Like these players aren't. They play with. She's been beating up boys in the Land of Dawn for a long time, to say the least. So definitely excited to see her play today, and how exactly. I think my major worry though will be cohesion. We've been hyping up the Bam Bros for so long. It's been such a dynamic duo in the mid lane that there is going to definitely be a change of pace. Whether you like it or not, every roam's going to play a little bit differently, depending on how aggressive they are, depending on how passive they are, depending on which way they like to rotate first. Are they going to be able to? And that is the player that glues the team together. So can Ashley fill that gap correctly?
Yeah, a lot of eyes on Ashley today. I really do hope that she does well, and I'm here to learn from her. Speaking of her being one of the top roamers in North America, not just for the girls, just in general. I have a lot to learn as a roamer myself. So definitely going to be watching her game play by play.
Yes, and I think with her being a mainstay name and with her play style as well, right? With the synergy that adding to what Trex is saying, the synergy, of course, makes a big difference, but also at the same time, the style of play, like you mentioned, Ashley, she's told us that. She said this on stream as well when she was here for the first week as our host, right? She likes set tanks. She likes to give those massive pops, those massive plays. So, Trex, if I was you, I'll be watching for those big, massive tech charges.
Yeah, let's see if the tech charges do come in. It is a fast-moving composition, not to mention Merciless on the Vendetta, a very proactive EXP laner. Something we know Merciless does such a great job of playing the off lanes, such a great job of map control, and putting something like this into his hands could be perfect for him.
And you can see already the wave clear not being given away so easily. So making Nox fight for the minions and maximizing what this Grok can bring in as well. I want to see Akira, how he's going to turn up in these neutral objectives, but by no chance are they giving away river control. It doesn't matter if you're a Khalid and a Kimi or what, we don't care. We are taking control of this river as much as possible. And look at that. Ashley was half HP, now back to full, basically maximizing what the passive can bring in. 20 seconds to the turtle, I think is a good time to go back to the base crystal, yep. And then make sure you're full HP, give those massive plays at this turtle pit.
Yeah, Concussive Blast Grok along with this, along with the Zetian is going to have insane wave clear. They should be able to do it very quickly, move around. We're already seeing the possibilities with that. We also, of course, we have to talk about Melon going up against Replic. As a reminder, this is another rematch. Last time Vendetta 2-0'd Rage. So can they do something different? Akiro does get first turtle. Rage Origins not trying to rush it, and this is kind of what we want to see from them, though, because we know they're not the most fast-paced team. Martacucho does have level 4 now. I think, you know, maybe second, third turtle, that should be the time Rage Origins really looks for a big play.
Yeah, they're definitely looking to make those plays when they get to that power spike. Play their own game, don't rush yourself. And Churro and Ashley playing really well together. Akira as well, able to get the neutral objective really quick, to be honest. Didn't really expect that to come out that quick with a Fredrin. Although now it comes down to, with both these teams kind of playing a slow pace game, right? Are Vendetta playing it in the hands of Rage Origins? That's the big question, because we know this is the pace that Rage Origins likes to play. Or was this a strategy picked up by Vendetta knowing that they like to play a slow pace game? We can play a slow pace game as well. So we should make those changes around and see if we can, or if Influence Rage are definitely worth the hype, or are we just going to sweep the game again?
I think Vendetta definitely is ready for the long game here. They have the Claude. It's two different types of gold laners. You've got Burst Crit, you've got Shred. Melon has been a star for his team. I think the only thing I'm worried about, wait a second. A lot of damage, a lot of stun. Akiro knocked up with the Violent Requiem and taken out. First blood over to Nox. Ashley tries to show up, but it's just a little bit too. Zalika finds Ashley a 2-for-1. Rage Origins getting the best in the first fight.
Yeah, I think that was a really good fight from Rage Origins, finding Akira isolated for, what, a split second, hitting that traction pulse from Nox, and then just collapsing on top of him, along with a Violet Requiem as well. And Ashley, yes, you got a tech charge in point-blank range, but into a Violet Requiem and into Astro, who was slightly away, so not able to get the impact of that, not making a big difference. I think that's something that if you're a VTA, you need to watch out for, because that Violet Requiem is a CC immune skill at the end of the day, right?
Yeah, Martacucho able to take the turtle. Big damage on Ashley. Blazing Duet in the backside. Melon trying to lock on to Replic. Hero has to just get away, but it's not safe enough. Merciless going to go down next as Replic picks up the kill. One down for the side of Vendetta. Vendetta unable to fight right now in these skirmishes.
Yeah, and again, it's showing that they're kind of playing into the hands of Rage Origins. With the pace of the game that Rage Origins like to go with, a slow-paced game, you know, biding their time, chewing their food, making sure they're not swallowing it whole, dissecting them slowly. Vendetta, yes, they can make plays. That's the idea of having these Groks, right? That's the idea of having this Claude. find your moment, make the most out of it. And I think that max tech charge with the Blazing Duet that will come in makes such a big difference. And if I was Vendetta, make Astro pay for what he's doing, like overextending at this point and literally abusing the fact that Churobami does not insane amount of damage to kind of burst down this Khalid. So Rage Origins understand the assignment and they're slowly picking them apart.
Oh, Ashley hunting right now, but haven't seen a big tech charge yet. You brought up the tech charge and we haven't even got to see one yet. Vendetta maybe knowing the power spike's just not there. Churobami's not outputting the damage. Melon, the Blazing Duet didn't really do too much. So just kind of holding on, saving it. It's 1.3k gold lead to Rage Origins. And them as well. They're slow playing this, but Replic is already chunking. And for me, it might be time to hit the gas a little bit for Rage. You have an advantage. Get this next turtle, and you have to translate it into some towers here. You have to translate it into something bigger.
You're right. I think that's the first push they're trying to get in the mid lane. But Churobami has a really good wave clear, and you can see already trying to be a problem to the bot side, but they're not able to deal with this Khalid, right? I think that's the big problem here if you're a Vendetta. Ashley's having a slight bit of a difficulty dealing with them, although able to mirror the rotation, just not able to output the damage or combo with someone that could really get him low, poke him down, and then have that maximum impact that we're looking for from VTA. But this could be a turning point, and Ashley is going to be the focal point as well.
This is what I was worried about from Vendetta. Kiro once again starts off this turtle, leaves himself like an open double. Wait, big stun. Kiro able to take the turtle. Damage does come down. Astro on the run. As the rest of the team tries to re-engage, Nox getting some nice chip damage onto Akiro, but he is already turning thick at this point. The damage just not there. Vendetta finally securing their second objective, actually. That was the third turtle. So at this point, still holding themselves in the game for the long haul.
Yeah, I think at this point they're really relying on Melon, right? Melon needs to farm up. Melon needs to get the damage down because no one's able to stop Delika. Not just Delika, Maracucho is a problem. Nox is becoming a problem as well. Astro is getting tankier as we speak. So a Rookie of the Year has got to start pulling up.
So let's see if they can pull it off. Nox takes tier 3 on the bot side. They lose turtle, but they translate that into some gain on the ground. And this is where this is the influence rage we wanted to see, right? The map plane influence rage, the one that want to try to control the pace of the game completely. This is when we were kind of big pick off onto Merciless. He is not having a good game right now.
Yeah, not just that, look at Delika as well on the top side. Bro's got it deep. Ooh.
More damage. Does land down. Maracucho falls. Blazing Duet comes in. A lot of damage coming from Melon, but he's taking out Replic. Will fall for it, but that's a huge pickup for him.
Nox was able to dish out a lot of damage. Akiro went and got the taunt. Nox with a clutch Purify at the right time. Melon too, getting a great Purify just when the Raging Sandstorm was landing. So not really becoming a problem. Able to get the target, but then again, now begs the question. You have too many targets to take down outside of Origins. They started to play the map, and they've played the map well. They've taken away both tier 1s on the sides. Tier 1 of the mid lane is going to fall down next. And they need to find a way to put a stop to this, right? They need to stop the bleeding. It's getting out of control at this point. Yes, it's slow, but it's a slow chokehold that's coming in from Rage Origins, and they're really good at that. We like to see this from Rage Origins. It's just now Vendetta needs to start piling up the pressure, maximize what this Vendetta can do, maximize what the Claude can do, get the splits going on both sides. But the problem being, look at Delika. He's just a menace. He's not allowing them to play the macro game, and neither is Astro. Knowing that there could, while Delika is on one end, the other end is going to be the target. So Astro is just hanging out there.
But at least Merciless is trying to respond, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's the right play. Earlier, Merciless wanted to get involved in the fights, and that made them lose ground in the off lanes. Lord, though, getting chipped away. Replic just chunking at it right now. As Delika Eto comes in the backside. Akiro tries to come in, but Maracucho is still able to get it in the backside. A lot of damage on a Merciless. The Electro Final Blow comes out, but he is able to just escape. Nobody goes down just yet. No trades, just a Lord into the hands of Rage.
And a lot of spells traded. Flicker, Petrify, for a Purify Flicker on the other side. So in this case, if you ask me, that Purify from Nox is very valuable, but they don't have the ability to dive to the back line. Melon needs to be a big playmaker here. Ashley is not able to get a lot of control. Yes, holding their own. It's been a slow-paced game, playing really well, but the picks from Rage Origins are starting to add up. You're starting to see it make a difference. And I think Dalika here, he's going to be the focal point for Rage Origins of how much he's able to shift the tides, shift the balance of the entire lineup coming in from Vendetta as well. They need to put a lot of resources on one side, which leaves a couple more open, and that's how they take down the mid-tier one.
All right, so Vendetta, as you said, just trying to staunch the bleeding earlier. It's a tough road. The gold is getting to the out of hand point. It's 3.2. We're still yet to see a big tech charge from Ashley. I'm wondering if you're just being too careful at this point. At some point, you got to risk it. And here comes the Fear of the Phoenix. Will we see the knock-up? Nice damage. Nox does go down. Ashley still holding on to the tech charge. We're on the top side. Astro looking for an angle on a Merciless. Merciless brought low. Forced to try to just get away. More minions closing in on the tier 2 on the top side. Churubami, Melon trying to close the distance. Astro will be able to get away, but here comes the cutoff from Ashley with the conceal play. The tech charge misses as Matakucho able to phase through it. It's a big ult wasted. Vendetta trying to close the distance still. Maybe turn something into a possible tower here. The tier 3 should fall in the mid lane.
I mean, yes, the tech charge was kind of wasted, but at the same time, you bait out the Requiem, right? You bait out the Requiem, so now you know Maracucho's not going to be able to CC immune a lot of the skills that comes in from Vendetta. Yes, the big one is the tech charge. It's not really a worth the trade, but for them to be able to get this mid-tier 1, opening up the map a little bit, open up the jungle of Rage Origins. Now they need to tilt the sides in their favor, where Merciless really needs to start pushing. We need to start splitting the map, and you need to put a stop to Dalika. Otherwise, he's gonna run wild, and Vendetta are gonna be left dealing with him, which might be too little, too late for them. So Melon, I wish we could take a look at the item side. Hopefully he has the Malefic Gun, didn't rush the Corrosion site, so you have some sort of penetration to deal with Dalika. Otherwise, you're just kind of like putting a stop into your own plans. You're looking for trouble here. Astro's been playing this game really well. It's so nice, slow pace, 12 minutes, 30 seconds in off the first series, which was a blitz, to be honest, a one-sided series. This feels like it could go the distance. And yes, Trex, to add on to what you said earlier about how Ashley's been holding on to this tech charge, right? Let loose a little bit, run wild, and maybe you're able to capitalize. But you never know. I don't know what's in the game plan of that Queen.
Wind of Nature locks in for Replic now as well. He can be even more aggressive. Rage Origins making this look kind of easy right now, honestly. Just slowly constricting harder and harder right now. A lot of damage does land on Dalika.
Merciless.
Able to use the concentration. We'll go. Oh, Merciless gets tagged out in the backside. Astro able to come in with the quicksand guard, keep his health. Pops the immortality. Will he be able to go away? The Violent Requiem. Astro falls to Melon, but Melon comes in with a blazing duet just to try to break up the fight. It's a 1-for-1. Lord did get reset. Are they going to try to play for this? Melon gets some nice chip damage onto Dalika as well. Akiro will get knocked up. Matakucho forced to back off as Melon gets more and more free shots. Nice. Melon takes the Lord, and a big Appraisal's Wrath down. Will get knocked up. Akiro is out for the count. 2-for-1 Lord to the side of Vendetta. When you're losing like this, it's definitely not a bad trade for Vendetta.
Yeah, it's not a bad trade for Vendetta, but that speaks volumes about the control that Rage Origins have over the game right now. Vendetta are trying. It feels like they're just hanging by a thread at this moment. They don't want to let the game slip, and you can see they all instantly blitz down the Lord. There was no second wave whatsoever, and if I'm not wrong, that's 20 stacks in the Skypiercer for Nox after picking up that 1 kill. And a couple of stacks in the Skypiercer for a kidney means this Fredrin's not going to have a great time. The problem being there's nobody to pop the Purify from Nox earlier. Yes, Merciless can do it on this Vendetta, but he's too busy, you know, dealing with the wave pressure that's coming onto their side. Influence Rage Origins have played this very tactfully, played this almost to a near perfect game in terms of what they're dealing with the minions and the lane pressure, because their sides are left untouched. I think that's the first time on the bot side some sort of damage has hit their towers. So Vendetta needs to find a way to pull the trigger, find the angle, maybe force them into a fight in a difficult position. It could be in the jungle of Vendetta itself, where the Grok will shine. with those big tech charges, with those point-blank stuns. So, and the other thing is they're moving like a unit. They're moving Ube, and they need to take down Dalika.
And how do they even do that? It's a Purify, Consecration. They don't have that much crowd control. If Dalika goes too deep for too long, Melon could shred Dalika down, but it's so many free shots that's needed. Look at the top side now.
Top side.
Base getting pushed in. Churobami just trying to get back in time along with Merciless. That's going to be a tower that possibly drops. They're able to save it just in time. But the pressure from Rage Origins. And look at Replic getting shredded up. Trying to dash through. Wind of Nature Pops, but it's not enough. Melon able to get the kill. Plus an orange. Finally getting the one up over the counterpart gold laner.
I wanted to see if it was the wind or was that a rose gold. Felt like I think it was a wind. That's why I said wind as well. But I think that was a slight bit of a shield from a rose gold. So my bad on that. But I think Vendetta found a way. Like overextension coming in from Replic. Yes, they made him pay the price. 30 seconds to the Lord. They almost lost the inhibitor on the top side. I think still it's a big W trade for Rage Origins. But here Astro biting more than he can chew. They need to pick up this kill, play a little more aggressive Vendetta.
And Astro's got the back angle. Look for the big play. Melon just needs his BMI. He has the Blazing Duet. You've got a great corner on these people. Look at Ashley back in the top side, checking the bush. They're going to try to take this tower now to even out the top side. Bot side getting controlled by Merciless right now as Lord comes back up. I got a feeling Vendetta are going to try to rush this.
They need to find a way to rush it. They definitely have to, otherwise it's going to be problematic for them. They locked out control, but you can see this is a big play.
Violent Requiem does land onto Ashley. Ashley brought down to about 10%. Merciless is trying to dash through his Melon. Takes the floor, but a big knockup. A Blazing Duet just to defend. Astro unable to stand a chance against it. The Immortality does pop as Churobami kites them away. No losses on either side. A couple of mortalities, but the Lord does go to Vendetta.
Yeah, really well played coming in from Vendetta this time. They got a couple of, 20, 30 seconds where they had control over that pit, and they really pushed the buttons, right? They maximized what they could get out of there. Yes, that was the Wind of Nature that they had earlier. Now getting the Rose Gold Meteor as well in the hands of Vendetta, in the hands of Melon. But on the other side, oh, wait, Violent Requiem, no.
Luckily, they already got Lord, so they don't lose a retry there. But it could heavily delay this push that they want to get here.
Yeah, this is something that could have... Oh, wait, Fear the Phoenix? Oh, Merciless making his way? It could have been something so good for Vendetta, right? Now they're going to struggle getting the tier 2s. Oh, no, mid lane!
A lot of damage on mid lane. Top side as well. Blazing Duet comes in. Melon picks up another, flickers over as Nox is forced to run away. Merciless up against Dalika on the mid side. That is not a battle you are winning out on, my friend. I'm sorry, Merciless.
Who's gonna stop him, Trax? Who's gonna stop him? Dalika's
nobody.
So
they just have to. They're gonna have to destroy the crystal without killing Dalika. I think your answer, honestly. Like he's just gonna be running around the whole time, and there's nothing you can do.
I mean, at this point, feels like it. They do have a lot of damage in the hands of Melon, right? We're at 56,000 gold. Yes, they have the gold lead on their side, but control is starting to slip away.
And a winter crown on Dalika. Just to really rub some salt in the wound.
Now, with this tier 2 on the top side, they're able to get more control back. So alleviate a little bit of that lane pressure that's there coming in from Rage Origins. Although on the bot side, they need to get that too. If they want a little bit of RNG in their favor, maybe get that tier 2 on the bot side. You have a minute still on the clock to maximize what this Lord could bring in, and then Vendetta could get something on their side. But for Rage Origins, it's even though they've lost out on the goal lead, even though they've lost out a little bit of map control, it's still working in their favor. Nobody can stop this Uranus. The moment Uranus gets taken down, I think that's going to be the go sign for Vendetta, but then it's going to take them 5 members just to take him down, and they might even lose a few in the process.
I almost want to say, Dalika, though, one thing where we're lacking is you're almost doing too much map control. They need Dalika in some of these team fights to be able to harass the back line, to be able to really keep not just Merciless, but Melon at bay, Churobami at bay. Dalika's hanging out so much in these long lanes, which again isn't a bad thing, but I think it's one of the reasons why Vendetta has been winning out in some of these team fights.
Yeah, true. I think, and also not just Merciless or Bami or Melon. Don't forget, even the Fredrin, right? The Fredrin also kind of struggles against the Uranus because of the amount of damage that he can output in these extended team fights, and that's what Vendetta are going for, extended team fights. So, I mean, Ashley has been playing well on this Grok. Overall, Vendetta have been playing well. It's such a nice slow-paced game. It all comes down to who's going to pull the trigger first.
Knock up on Astro there. Merciless into the backside.
Oh,
Eye for an eye on a Replic. Gets knocked up, taken out. Nox gets the kill. The Fury of the Phoenix does come down to try to reset things. But with a 49-second death counter on Merciless, Rage Origins are going to have a huge advantage here. I like Akiro's positioning. Waiting on the bush, big miss on the Raging Sandstorm. Melon able to get some nice chip damage on Astro. The knockup comes in on Astro as well. The stun onto Delika. Melon gonna switch pace. They need to find a way in. They need to find the correct angle. Akiro doesn't want to get knocked up by Maracucho. Maracucho still has the Violent Requiem. Into the backside, nice tech charge. The Violent Requiem does get used. Akiro has freedom to sit in the Lord Pit. A blazing duet from Melon, but Maracucho steals it from his fingers, and now Akiro is able to get the Appraiser's Wrath as well and safely get away.
Oh, how did Akiro get out of that one? I thought Akiro was down and out for that count. Churobami with a clutch Fury of the Phoenix. Although Maracucho, he got the retribution on point. Right? It was Akiro's to take with a steal. Maracucho coming at the right time. Melon had the blazing duet going, holding on, waiting to pull the trigger. And even before that fight, before that missed Raging Sandstorm from Astro, baiting out a flicker from Churobami early, that was a really important factor. But even then, Vendetta able to hold their own. This is an Evolved Lord. A push coming out of the bot side. Top side, the Lord is there. Yes, they're -1 with Maracucho not being present, so the backline can breathe a little bit more. But this Lord is going to take some work to get shredded down. And you can see Delika Ethos not letting that happen slowly. Don't forget, Evolved Lord, the more heroes around the Lord, the tankier it gets. So Vendetta needs to shred this as fast as possible before they get another wave coming in, which is, what, about 5 seconds now.
Lord will go down, though.
Okay.
Vendetta able to not lose a single inhibitor off that. Getting that kill on Maracucho was huge because that would definitely make Vendetta want to space back a bit more. Look at the damage. Churro is also starting to output heavily. Delika needs to be careful. Brought down to about 20%. Bloodwings finally lock in for Nox, which means now Nox can be a little more aggressive as well.
Well, Nox has been the win condition so far for Rage Origins in terms of what they can put out the damage. That's about 50 on the Sky Piercer tracks. It's starting to look grim for Vendetta. There's no way to stop Nox. He's got to purify. There's no possible dive. Ashley's tech charges, yes, they've been getting, but it hasn't been the right target. It's always been Maracucho who has the Requiem to kind of immune it entirely, right? So the idea was there, even in that Lord Pit, the idea was there. It's just that skill, just doing the work, doing God's work for Rage Origins. So how do you get to the back line? I think that's the big question, and it all comes down to Merciless. He's got to be able to proxy a couple of waves, but Maracucho has been such a thorn on their side too.
Yeah, I mean, Merciless does usually like the final blow. Looks the damage, landing on a Maracucho. Maracucho's gone. Akiro able to get the kill. Now he's going to move on to this Lord. Nox and Replic. Delika going to try to do something. Maybe look for a steal here, but Melon's there and the damage is there as well. Lord does get reset. Merciless will get the knock-up. Melon as well. Finally a tech charge on it too. Going to push them away. A Fury of the Phoenix as well as Melon tries to close the distance with the rest of the team, but no, we just want the Lord. We got what we came for, and now we head back for the big push.
Hey, we were talking about patience in the previous series tracks. In this game, the patience from Vendetta, from Ashley to pull that tech charge. Oh my goodness. Well, this is the first massive tech charge we've seen in the whole game, and it's coming out on the 24th minute. Yeah, I think this Lord push is what Vendetta are looking at to kind of call the game. So maximizing what these minion waves can do. You can see already Merciless on the bot side, pushing as much as possible. Both the teams at full build at this point. 70+K in gold does really make a difference. It all comes down to this quick item swaps. A lot of immortalities are going to get popped. You can see almost every one of the immortality. Replic did use the Wind of Nature early in that Lord fight, so you know he's not going to have that. No Winter Crown going to be available as well, so not having the option to buy an immortality for Replic could be a problem for Influence Rage. Although Vendetta now getting the tier 2 in the mid lane, tier 2 on the bot side. The Lord is still there, 30,000 HP, pretty healthy at this point. And now you can see it's going to get escorted into the inhibitor.
Not only that, but a beautiful sync from Vendetta there. Nice damage on Astro. Merciless looking for an angle. Delika in the front side will get taunted.
Ooh, that's a lot of
Akiro
damage.
there. Trying to take down a tower. Melon holding on to the Blazing Duet, waiting for this tower to drop. Waiting for an angle. Ashley there as well. Tower still hanging on. Finally, Melon takes it down. But Vendetta are surgical in their approach in this fight. They don't want to force it. Neither team wants to force it.
Hey, and we've got heart monitors in MPLPH and MY. We need one in MCT at this moment.
Big knock-up on Ashley. The response, though, with the Fury of the Phoenix. A lot of damage. Ashley still able to stand, but Matakucho goes down. Merciless finds the target, locks on, and now Ashley falls, but still it's a good trade. Jungler for Rome as Vendetta break apart.
I mean, even going down, Ashley able to pop that tech charge, right? If it hit a wall, that could have been a winning play for Vendetta. Maracucho finding a good knock-up at the same time, but I think this Guinevere, the impact of the Guinevere from the latter half of the game, the latter half of 26 minutes, has started to fall off. And is it because of the build maybe going for a 50-50? Usually I like to see, you know, concentrated energy and then go full tank, or you go kind of like Genius Wand and then concentrated energy and then build like hybrid. But in this case, you go concentrated energy into the Brute Force, into the Queen Wing, and then you get the Holy Crystal. So yeah, you have the damage to one-shot some of them, but I don't know if it's worth it. Oh, Immortality.
Immortality pops for Astro. Can he get away? Forced to use the Flicker. Delika trying to create space. That's a big utility down for Astro and one of the most important lords of this game. And I agree, Matakucho, at this point, sell the crystal, pick up some tankiness. Your only job at this point is to help secure objectives. That is what you're going to do so great in. That's what you need to hold on to. So Matakucho still going to keep the same item build. Can he make the difference?
I mean, Ashley also getting that rock potion, kind of get a little more tankier. Not something you'd see quite a lot, especially only when you get into ultra late game. But look at Akira going in, diving head first, trying to get a taunt from Maracucho, baiting out the Violet Requiem so the tech charge can hit. 26,000 HP on the Lord Trex. This is going to be make or break for both these teams.
Merciless on the mid side as well, controlling the lanes. Ooh. Look at the health bar on Akiro. This Lord is far too low, but the Violent Requiem knocks. Takes out Ashley as Replic steals the Lord. But a blazing duet from Melon trying to lock on. The Appraisal's Wrath comes down as Delika is on the run. But wait a second, Merciless, the one-man army taking down the base.
Talk about being merciless to your opponents, not letting them breathe, not letting them do whatsoever. Delika Eto with a macro, Delika Eto pushing the map. The moment he got into these team fights, Merciless made them pay. And in that Lord fight even, right? There was a moment, yes, the Violet Requiem gave a lot of damage, but the knockup didn't come in from the players. The knockup came in from the Lord. So talk about a little bit of unlucky from Ashley. I bet she's a little bit tilted, but really well played from Vendetta and also really well played from Influence Rage Origins. Just the missing moment for Influence Rage Origins was that they didn't hit the gas when they needed to.
Yeah, I think there was an earlier point in that game where they definitely should have pushed a bit harder, Layla.
Yeah, so from them trying to, they like to play the long game, but that's what got them in the end. So sometimes you just want to go fast and you want to go aggressive.
Well said. Very well said.
Very exciting
Short and sweet
ending to that game. Yeah.
I think Merciless, though, we gotta talk about Merciless because we've been hyping him up on his map control. He didn't have the greatest start to that game, but still, he did his job well. And during that fight, I think that was the plan, honestly. We saw him controlling mid. Astro tried to go back and help, but Merciless is still there. And once he got to a point where he wasn't going to get 1v1, he can just bully and force his way in. And at that point, it's Influence Rage either has to go back and take out Merciless and give the Lord over to Vendetta, or they try to take Lord fast enough and hope they can get back to base, but Vendetta wasn't letting it happen. They knew at that point, okay, we die as long, it's okay if we all die as long as Merciless connects to the base.
Yeah, it's a very, very good strategy that they had there.
And I think even in that game, you could kind of tell, right, with the way that they were playing, it was 90% Influence Rage Origins. Yes, Vendetta were holding their own, but it was the pace of Influence Rage Origins, it just came down to one small, tiny mistake in terms of macro plays, in terms of kind of like changing the way the game could have been taken down. And it wasn't even a split that's coming in from the long lane tracks, Layla. It was a split from the mid lane. So just the imbalance created a little bit by the Lord. The 27th minute Lord just demanding so much attention that you need to go and try and contest it. And knowing that Merciless really found the angle to try and split push, getting the Electo final blow at the right moment, getting the massive clear in the mid lane, and then taking down the mid inhibitor, then to go and take down the base crystal. Yeah, that just means that probably the call was, hey, I can get the back door, keep them busy, and that's why we saw Vendetta pushing a little bit more towards the end. But until then, here, a mistake from Merciless with that nice bit of a spatial migration from Maracucho. So I think after this point, we started to see Maracucho's effectiveness started falling off. Yes, you got the Winter Crown. Yes, you got the retributions on point. But after that, a lot of deaths, not too many assists, just dying 3 times in a row. Influence Rage Origins needed him the most, and I think at that moment kind of went missing a little bit. Here, Replic, I don't know if that Wind of Nature was kind of needed because Churobami's magic damage coming through. And I think here towards the end, just the map pressure making a big difference. Merciless just being Merciless, and for that, the MVP of the game.
Let's have a look.
Drumroll.
We have our
Bambro.
Churobami. Even though he's without his better half, he still was able to do the MVP. He's Uzetiana is a great hero. Definitely able to get a lot of assists with that ult. What do you think?
Yeah, I think Churobami overall, and again, it's on the ZTN. So many of those Fury of the Phoenixes were huge in those fights. The timing of them was perfect. And just like Melon came online, Churro also, once the damage got there, nobody was standing. He was chunking down the Uranus. He was chunking down the front line. And it was just so hard to get. 2-0-10. He's untouchable. He's untouchable.
Yeah, that passage also helps. When somebody try to jump you, get back.
Get back.
Yeah, I know.
Exactly.
A little bit of a restraining order at that point. But hey, with this Bambro doing the best that he could, and you're right, Trex, those Fury of the Phoenixes coming in clutch at the right time, making a big difference, right? So, and then also like having that extra bit of range with that Phoenix Descent.